Hockey and soccer make an appearance in today's top 5 cards, but of course we have a lot of baseball and basketball as well. We'll tell you which cards are going up the most now. Hello, sports card investors, and welcome to another Top 5 Tuesday. I hope you are having a great week out there. By the way, tonight is going to be a great night. In fact, by the time you are watching this, I may be live on Cards HQ Shop on Whatnot doing a pack blowout sale. If you guys want to get some packs for really cheap prices, join me on Whatnot between 6 p.m. and about 7:45 p.m. Eastern. I'll be live during that period of time, so maybe right now while you're watching, hop over to Whatnot at the end of this video to Cards HQ Shop. I'm putting a QR code on the screen and a link in the show description below. And if you're a first-time Whatnot customer and you use that QR code or that link, you're even going to get $15 free to use towards our pack blowout sale today. I'll see you over on Whatnot shortly. But right now, let's talk about the cards that are going up and down the most, because there are quite a number of cards that are moving nicely in the sports card market. And let's start by taking a look at the overall sports card market with the Market Pulse by Market Movers. Over the last 7 days, the market is down a bit, down close to 1%. Actually, a little bit surprising because there were some incredible auction results on high-end cards over the weekend. We saw the high end of the market go up quite a bit. So I don't think these down numbers are going to last for long. I think you're going to see a strong second half of the year for the sports card market. And look, it has actually overall, despite the last week and the last month, it has overall been a strong first half of the year for the sports card market. Going back to January 1st, we are up 3.1% according to the SCI 500 index. But now let's take a look at some of the individual cards that are going up and down the most. It's time for today's top 5. We're starting today with a cold card, as we do every week, because it is a reminder that sometimes the hot cards featured in this program can quickly turn cold in the sports card market. And that is the case with Ivan Herrera, the catcher for the St. Louis Cardinals. Now look, Ivan Herrera has been a key contributor to the Cardinals this season, but he has hit a rough patch recently. He's a 25-year-old catcher and designated hitter, and he had a great start to this season. He entered June batting .332 with solid power numbers. But over the last month, he has gone just 4 for 30 at the plate, and this has lowered his overall batting average from .332 down to .312. Now, .312 is still a good batting average, but all it takes is a red-hot player to hit a slump, and that player's card prices are likely going to fall when that slump is happening, and that is the case here. Let's take a look here in Market Movers, and I have brought up 3 of Herrera's cards on the screen. This is his 2020 Bowman Chrome Prospect Auto Blue Refractor. That one's numbered to 150. We'll look at that one in PSA 10. We're also going to look at his Bowman Chrome Prospect Auto in raw condition from 2020, and we're also going to look at the refractor version of that 2020 Bowman Chrome Prospect Auto. And you can see on the chart, these are all dipping some over the last 30 days. These had been really hot, but unfortunately now they're coming down in the most recent weeks. These cards are down anywhere between about 10% and gosh, all the way down at 70%. The one that's dropped the most is the refractor, that 2020 Bowman Prospect Auto. Somebody, the refractor version in raw condition, somebody 30 days ago paid $130 for that card. Most recently, there was a sale of just $40. So look, hopefully he'll break out of this slump, and hopefully so will his card prices. But now let's talk about cards going up. And for our investment card of the week this week, it is no other than the GOAT of soccer, Lionel Messi. Of course, widely regarded as one of the greatest soccer players of all time, currently playing for Inter Miami in the MLS. He has had a legendary career spanning more than 2 decades, set numerous records, and won countless awards. Messi scored 672 goals in 778 appearances for FC Barcelona, becoming the club's all-time leading scorer, and he led them to 10 La Liga titles and 4 UEFA Champions League trophies. He, of course, won Player of the Year 7 times, more than any other player in history. He has incredible vision, dribbling, and scoring. It has made him a global icon and a role model for aspiring players worldwide. Now look, On these sports card investor programs for the last couple of years, I have been saying, invest in soccer cards. The hobby is going to expand globally. It's going to grow in Europe, and soccer cards will be some of the first cards to rise. Guess what is currently happening? Let's take a look here in Market Movers. This is the last year. We're looking at Messi's 2004 Panini Mega Cracks card. We're going to look at this card in PSA 9. We're going to look at this card as well in PSA 8, PSA 7, and BGS 9.5. This is considered his rookie card. There are 20-something copies of this card out there in PSA 10, but they will set you back hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they don't transact very often. So we're going to look in slightly lower grades, but even these cards are quite expensive. The PSA 9 is $55,200, but a year ago, it was just $31,800. It's up 73.6% in a year. The PSA 8 is up 92% in a year. It was $7,800 a year ago. Now it's $15,000. The PSA 7 is up 50%. It's jumped from $3,800 up to about $5,700. And the BGS 9.5 a year ago was $45,300. Most recently sold for $66,000. Guys, if you're not investing in the GOAT of soccer, I think there's still time. I think cards like these are going to be even more valuable 5, 10, 20 years down the road. But now let's talk about players playing today. And in the number 5 spot, we're going to hockey. It is Stuart Skinner, the goalie for the Edmonton Oilers. Now, Skinner is stepping up as a key goaltender for the Oilers in the Stanley Cup final. He has bounced back from early struggles to help the Oilers stay competitive against the Florida Panthers. And despite the team's loss in Game 5, Skinner made 35 saves and performed strongly under heavy pressure. As the series progresses, Skinner's experience is viewed as vital to the Oilers' efforts to push this series deeper. What do you think, guys? Will they force a Game 7? Will the Oilers have a shot at the championship? Let me know what you think in the comments. I don't know, maybe the Florida Panthers are going to close it out, but we will find out very, very soon. But what we know right now is Skinner's cards are going up. Let's take a look here in Market Movers. Doesn't have a ton of cards, but we're going to look at Skinner's 2020 Upper Deck Young Guns base card. Of course, the preeminent rookie card for any hockey player. We're going to look at that in PSA 10, PSA 9, and in raw condition. And you can see the story on the chart. These are all moving in a nice direction. Over the last 30 days, the PSA 10's up around 17%. It's jumped from around $39 up to $46. PSA 9 has jumped a little more. It was at $18, has jumped all the way up to about $32. And the raw has jumped from around $7 up to around $10. So nice to see a hockey player here. Nice to see a goaltender with a little bit of upwards movement. Let's go to baseball for the number 4 spot today, and it is Jacob Misiorowski, the pitcher for the Milwaukee Brewers. Misiorowski is making waves as the Milwaukee Brewers' newest pitching phenom. He is a 23-year-old right-hander. He was promoted to the majors on June the 12th after dominating AAA Nashville with a 2.27 ERA and a whip of less than 1 and 80 strikeouts in 63 innings pitched. Now, he had his major league debut just a couple of days ago on June the 13th, and he threw 5 hitless innings against the St. Louis Cardinals, striking out 5 batters and touching 102.2 miles per hour on his fastball. Despite exiting due to cramping, he secured his first major league win and became only the 10th pitcher since 1891 to throw at least 5 hitless innings in his pitching debut. That's pretty good. That apparently that statistic is over 130 years old. Let's take a look at his card prices, and they're going in a good direction as well. This is Misiorowski's 2022 Bowman Draft Picks Auto. We're going to look at that in raw condition. Kind of an interesting auto there. I don't know. What do you think about that auto? Maybe his pitching's a little bit better than his auto, but this card is up 116% in the last 30 days. It most recently sold for $110. It's had sales as high as $154 in raw condition, but 30 days ago it was just $51. So that is a nice increase on that card for sure. And then let's take a look here at the refractor version of the card. It's up 105%. Most recently sold for $209. You could have bought that card for $102 just 30 days ago. And then finally, the Sapphire Edition is up 167% This has sold for as much as $25 recently. You could have bought that card for as little as $4.50 just 30 days ago. I'd say that's not a bad debut for both his pitching and his cards for Misiorowski. Continuing with another baseball prospect in the number 3 spot today, it is Christian Moore, the second baseman for the Los Angeles Angels. Now, Moore is the latest prospect to reach the big leagues in the Angels youth movement. The 22-year-old second baseman was promoted to the majors just a few days ago on June the 12th after batting .350 with 4 home runs and 18 RBIs in 20 games at AAA. The Angels have been aggressive of getting their college draft picks up to the pro level quickly, and Moore is the latest to do that, and scouts think Moore has big potential in the big leagues. They like his bat speed, his power, his improving defense, even though he does have some swing and miss challenges that he needs to overcome. But his cards, they don't have any challenges right now. Let's take a look at market movers. These things are doing really, really well. We're going to look at Christian Moore's 2024 Bowman Draft Picks Auto, his first auto card. We're going to look at this in raw condition. It's up almost 37% over the last 30 days. Recent sales of $74 actually has sold as high as over $100 in the last few days. It was around $54 just 30 days ago, so not a bad increase on that card. The refractor version of that one's up a lot as well. That one recently sold for $181. It was down at $125 just 30 days ago. And then how about his Sapphire Edition in PSA 10 from 2024 Bowman Draft non-auto? This recently sold for $80. You could have scooped it for $55 just 30 days ago. That's a nice progress for Christian Moore. We've got one more baseball player in today's list before we get to a little basketball. In the number 2 spot today, it is Chase Burns, the pitching prospect for the Cincinnati Reds. Chase Burns is turning heads as he rockets through the Cincinnati Reds system. He was promoted to AAA recently, back on June the 9th, after posting a dominant 1.29 ERA and 55 strikeouts over just 42 innings pitched in AA Chattanooga. In his AAA debut, he struck out 7 over just over 5 innings, touched 98.6 miles per hour, and was getting consistent whiffs even with his 89 mile per hour slider. Scouting reports praise the carry on his fastball and his 70 grade slider, noting that he limits hard contact and commands both pitches with consistency. So there you go. There's a little advanced scouting for you on Chase Burns. I'm going to do a little scouting on his card prices. Look at these here in Market Movers. This is Chase Burns' 2024 Bowman Draft Picks first Bowman auto card in raw condition. It's up 85.4% in the last 30 days. Most recently sold for $89. You could have scooped that for $48 just 30 days ago. How about the refractor version of that card? That one is up even more. Most recently sold for $175. That card was $92 just 30 days ago. How about the Sapphire Edition auto in raw condition from 2024 Bowman Draft Sapphire? Most recently sold for $215. That was just $131 30 days ago. And then finally, how about his 2025 Bowman Auto, a little more affordable? Most recently sold for $39 in raw condition. It was just $21 30 days ago. So we are seeing some nice momentum with Chase Burns cards. All right, guys, we've reached that time in today's show. It is time for today's number 1 card. But before I give it to you, a very special announcement. Tonight, we are going live. After I do that live on Whatnot, remember that? From 6 to 7:45 p.m., I'm going over to the Market Movers channel on YouTube starting at 8 p.m., 8 to 10 p.m. We're doing Market Movers live. And tonight, we are giving away a free trip to the National, VIP experience at the National, all paid for one lucky Market Movers member. So join the Market Movers live stream tonight to see who wins. And hey, if you don't have Market Movers yet, there's still time. Go get it right now. You can sign up for free and be entered in the giveaway tonight to have a chance of winning that trip to the National. Just go to sportscardinvestor.com and click Market Movers in the main menu bar to sign up right now. Okay, guys, here we are. The moment, the number 1 card of the week, basketball, women's basketball, Caitlin Clark. Yes, maybe the future GOAT of women's basketball. She seems like she is on that track early. She has been making all kinds of waves, all kinds of headlines. You guys, of course, know she's a guard for the Indiana Fever. And she is dominating the headlines because she has led the Indiana Fever back into the spotlight since she returned to action on Saturday following a left quad strain. She has powered the Fever to win over the previously undefeated Liberty with 32 points, 9 assists, and 8 rebounds. That is a very nice stat line. Her return performance drew praise from LeBron James and earned a Steph Curry comparison from Dick Vitale after she hit 3 straight threes in the fourth quarter. So look, Caitlin Clark's cards have been hot for the last few years, and now that she's back on the court again, they are only getting hotter. Let me show you what I mean here in Market Movers. These are 6 of Caitlin Clark's recent cards, and look at the chart. They're all moving in the direction that you want to see. Let's dive in a little bit further. We're going to start by looking at her 2024 Panini Instant card in PSA 10. This one up around 23% over the last 30 days. It's jumped from $52 to $64. How about her Prism Monopoly base from 2024 in PSA 10? This one up 18%. It's jumped from $64 to about $76 over the last 30 days. Now we get to the good stuff. How about our 2024 Prism NBA Silver in PSA 10? It is up 42% over the last 30 days. This card is unbelievably expensive. It was $2,800, but most recently sold for close to $4,000 for a Prism Silver in PSA 10. Unbelievable. It is still pretty low population though, by the way. Population of less than 100 on that card. How about the rookie variation in PSA 10? It's doing similar things. This card is up 71% over the last 30 days. It was just over a $2,000 card and most recently sold for $3,500. Unbelievable. And the raw copy of that card has jumped from $134 up to $224 over the last 30 days. I actually have one of those in my collection. I need to go reprice it right now. And then finally, how about her 2024 Select WNBA Courtside? That one in PSA 10 has jumped from $330 up to $430 over the last 30 days. What a month for Caitlin Clark cards. Really, what a few years for Caitlin Clark cards. Do you have any in your collection? Let me know in the comments below. And guys, don't forget the 2 huge events tonight. From 6 to around 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm live on Whatnot with that pack sale. I'm going to put the QR code up on the screen one more time and the link in the show description below so you can get your $15 free to spend on the pack sale if you are a first-time Whatnot user. Then, starting at 8 p.m., I'm jumping over to the Market Movers YouTube channel, different YouTube channel, for Market Movers Live, and we're giving that trip to the National away for one lucky Market Movers member. Go sign up now, sportscardinvestor.com, click Market Movers in the main menu bar. Appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you there tonight. Take care.